Splendid spreads.
Taste this!
On to the next pasta dish where we're going to be cooking with salmon. All right, now we're going to get started on our next pasta dish. Paying a tribute to all my Greek friends out there. You know, today we're going to be using something called Splendid Spreads, and they have an unbelievable salmon spread in a jar already. If you like salmon, you're going to love their 4 different varieties right here. Today we're going to be using their spicy Greek-style Splendid Spreads, which is basically all-natural salmon high in omega-3 fatty acids in a jar. Now we're going to take some whole wheat pasta. Take a good amount. We're going to do the old push down method, you know, kind of push it around, kind of go in. Now whole wheat pasta is great, really tastes good if it's got the right sauce. And today we're going to make the right sauce. We're going to take a piece of celery. We're going to smash the celery down with a knife. You know, it kind of breaks the strands a little bit. And what we're going to do is just cut it like this, move it over, and give a nice little chop. And it's going to go right in the pan with some oil, with some, of course, some beautiful onion that I have there. Or shallots. You could use shallots. Or as my French friends would say, shallots. So what we're going to take is some whole wheat pasta, push it down. Now we're good. Now we're going to give it a gently stir. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of oil, olive oil, and you want a nice moderate amount. 1/4 cup is good. We're going to take our celery and put the celery right in there like so. And then we're going to take some onions. And go right into the pan with that as well. And you already get a different flavor, a different smell because of the celery here. It automatically takes it to another level. Almost the smell as you would get if you put fennel in there. You get that licorice. But I'm not getting a licorice. It's more of a different smell. It's a nice smell to it. All right. We're just going to let that continue to cook down. Lower the flame a little bit. We're going to take our olives. The best way of taking olives, or I should say de-shelling them, is take your knife and push down. Push down. Push down. And you'll see that the olive comes right off the pit. Real simple. And you do that for all of them. Obviously, we're not going to use too many. These olives here, Gaeta, are very, very, very potent. You have to be careful because especially what you're doing in this phase here where you're kind of sauteing them first, you're releasing their not only high acidic flavor, but also high salt content too. All right, next what we're going to do is put a little bit of fresh basil in here. And the fresh basil is really going to add to the dish. It's going to make the smell, and I'm already getting a huge, like, olive smell off this, which is exactly the way I wanted to go. Now, there's actually olives in this spread, too. All right, this is looking really good. Now, at this point, what we're going to do is go down with the wine. Remember that whole deglazing thing. You know, our wine has to kind of cook down. What you want wine to do is add a sort of like a sweetener, a syrup. You don't want it to be in a situation where it's going to be soupy, too acidic. Maybe you do. Maybe you love drinking wine. You want to put it at the end. There's no rules in cooking. Do what you want. I'm just saying that this technique is pretty good. It's worked. So now we're going to stir up our pasta a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now it's looking beautiful. We're not sticking at all. Looking good. All right, now we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir. Now you see it coming together, but what you're going to notice is that it's going to become very thick, too thick. So we're going to need to thin that out. So what do we use? Well, we're going to use a very gently light vegetable stock to just go in there until everything we feel is kind of incorporated and it's married. We're just going to do a little bit more because we're going to use this similar technique of dropping our pasta directly into the sauce so it absorbs all that wonderful flavor. Just when we think we're having bubbles around the side and our pasta will just about be done, we're going to add our salmon spreads, spicy Greek style. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So let's stir that in. This is a great dish. What we're going to do is start to strain this pasta here. Whole wheat pasta, 8-10 minute cook time, really depending on your liking, you know, and how much you kind of want to take it to the next level. So, you know, pasta is one of these things where it doesn't always need to be cooked so much in the boiling water. Now look at this. This is what I'm talking about. The only thing that this is missing right now is a little bit of olive oil. And keep in mind, I probably would do this for regular pasta, but it's whole wheat, so it needs to be babied a little bit. There needs to be some different things here that have to happen with whole wheat. And you notice once I put the oil on, it takes on a whole different flavor, a whole different texture. All right, let's get our bowl here. Okay. Wow, the smell on that is pretty incredible. Really looking nice. The salmon really gives it another flavor. Wow. The whole salmon thing, the Gaeta olives really lends itself. And look at the wine. The wine is, I mean, you can't tell the wine is there, but you'll taste a little bit of it. You'll taste that sweetness of a reduced wine, exactly what you're looking for in this dish. And the celery. You know, who would dream of putting celery in this dish? But it works. It works. Some things just work. And put the sauce over the top. All right, now we're not done yet. You can take a piece of this wonderful cheese right here and grate it over the top. Or you can take the cheese that was already grated, like I did, and just put it over the top like that. I think we got enough here. So just to recap, don't forget to use these olives because they really make a difference. Use a great quality salmon, either already prepared in a jar or you can cook it and flake it yourself. All right, so that concludes our pasta dish. If you wanted to take it to the next level, I mean, and nothing wrong with this, take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and put it over the top like that. Now that is creation of an unbelievable pasta dish here.